Okay, so we're going to look at about the IELTS speaking part two in general. So basically, in speaking part two, you will spend for about 3 to 4 minutes. And the examiner will give you a cue card, just like what we had yesterday. So you will have your own cue card with different topics, and you will have like 3 to 5 balance point, and you need to include that balance point in your talk. And prior to that, you will have 1 minute preparation time and 2 minutes and then after that, you have 2 minutes to speak about the topic. And sometimes, well, this is just sometimes not all examiner will ask you questions, but sometimes the examiner will ask you several questions related to the topic on part two. What I mean is that it's not part three. Okay, so but for this one, it's not part three, but it is still on part two. But sometimes the examiner will ask you like a follow-up questions after you finish your talk. So like for example, my last IELTS speaking test, like I got a questions about I forgot what was that. Oh, but my holiday plan. That was my questions in part two. And then like after I finished my speaking in part two, and then the examiner like asked me like one questions about that topic. Like he asked me about, is there anyone knows about your plan? That's what he asked. And that is sometimes happened, but sometimes it is not. So it's just rarely. But yeah, needs to prepare about that as well. Sometimes they will ask you questions after you finish your talk, but sometimes they don't. So it really depends on the examiner. But yeah, you just need to be ready for that. And this is the example of the questions. So for example, describe something healthy you enjoy doing and what you should say, what you do and where you do it, who you do it with, and explain why you think doing this is healthy. So basically, this is what you are going to talk during 2 minutes. Okay, so you have to explain activity, unhealthy activity that you enjoy doing, where you do it, who you do it with, and why you think doing that is healthy. So, oh yeah, the thing that I would like to emphasize in the IELTS speaking part two is that you are expected to speak as natural as possible. So, try to not repeat all these bullet points during your speaking. So, to try to speak as if you speak to your friends. Okay, so it's pretty much like, okay, I'm going to tell you about like a healthy activity I enjoy doing. I recently love swimming because blah 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 blah. So ngalir aja gitu. Jadi speaking ngalir aja, kayak lagi cerita sama teman, lagi ngobrol sama teman. Why I emphasize this point? Because sometimes some students will repeat the questions. So for example, oh yeah, I'm going to explain an healthy activity that I love to do, and it is swimming, for example. And where I do it, so I usually do it in a swimming pool that really close to my house. So like some people will repeat the questions on the bullet point. So it's better to not repeat the questions, but make sure that you mention where you do it without repeating the question where you do it. You got my point in this case? Yes, okay, cool. So basically, try to speak as natural as possible. Don't repeat the questions. And these are some planning strategies that we can have during 1 minute preparation time. So first thing first, try to pick the keyword from each bullet point and make some notes using each underlined word as a headline. I'm going to show you the example and try to put them in logical order, because remember that there is fluency and coherence during your speaking, and being structuring your answer will be beneficial for your fluency and coherence on your speaking. So this is the example. How can we plan our answer in 1 minute? So I have, oh, this is just an example. Like you can use any kind of format, but this is the points that you should include in your talk. So the question is unhealthy activity you enjoy doing. The first question is what is that? And then where you do it and who you do it with. and why you think doing that is healthy. So basically like these 4 points. Okay, and remember when you write your notes for 1 minute, don't write sentences. Try to write bullet point instead, because like you will have not enough time if you write in sentences, right? So try to make it like precise and like you just write the details of what you are going to say and try to make it in bullet point instead. So for example, what I do, circuit training. And then it includes different exercises, and then with varies each week. So like every week you will have different exercises, and then sometimes you do spin, which is really hard. So this kind of activity that you will explain about circuit training. And then where you do it, so it's the M Fitness Factory, which is owned by Linda's friend in club and son Tom. So we can actually describe a little bit more about that point. Okay, so for example, like this one, the M Fitness Factory. So it's owned by Linda friends. Okay, and then who you do it with. He mentioned that members of my rowing club. And then you can also add a little bit detail of that. For example, run by Chris, one of the members. Okay, so like the rowing club is run by Chris as one of the members. And why do you think doing this is healthy? So this is the example, because it to improve fitness for rowing, and then working out with other crew members, and then do it if rowing as blah blah blah. So basically, this is what you have to include in your talk. However, sometimes 2 minutes is too long for us to speak. So like if you think that mentioning all these 4 points will not be enough for you, then it is okay if you want to add any additional details. For example, in this example, it has when, every Tuesday evening. Okay, and if you want to mention how, then you can also do it. You can put how. So there is no restriction related to what you want to say, but make sure that you cover the bullet point during your speaking test, during 2 minutes, I mean. And then if you think that you need more points to be explained to cover 2 minutes, then you can add the additional point that you want to mention. Okay. Any questions so far? All good? Okay, cool. Right. So then I'm going to continue a little bit more. So about the structure of your speaking, you can see from the cue card that it started from what, where, who, and why. So like you can actually like, let's say, of course, we're going to say about what first. So I'm going to do swimming, for example, and then where and who, it's interchangeable. So you you may say like, let's say who first or where first, that's totally fine. You want to say when, that is also fine. But my suggestion is that try to put why at the end of your speaking. So after you cover like where, who, when, how, for example, try to put why at the end of your speaking. This is pretty much because sometimes, this is what frequently happened, sometimes you have covered everything, you have covered what, where, who, when, and how, but then you still have some time left. Jadi kayak ada masih ada waktu gitu. And we don't know like how long will that be. So when you explain why, this is the only point that you can elaborate more. Because like when you mention where, if you have explained, oh yeah, the M Fitness Factory is owned by Linda, that's it. There's nothing that you can explore. Who, when you mention that, oh yeah, I'm going to circuit training with my rowing club, that's it. There's nothing that we can explore more. But why is the only point that you can develop more. Jadi kalau why itu kan biasanya kenapa ya. Jadi kan kita jelasin alasan, right? So when we explain about why, we tend to have a lot of reasons why gitu. Jadi kalau misalnya nyebutin satu why itu ternyata belum di stop sama examinernya, itu kan artinya kita masih punya waktu ya. Nah, kalau masih punya waktu, teman-teman bisa tambahin lagi, why yang kedua tuh apa? Why yang ketiga tuh apa? Gitu. Nah, jadi itu sebenarnya untuk meminimalisir if you have covered everything, but you still have time. Gitu. Oke, so untuk order yang ininya sih, maksudnya kayak bebas ya teman-teman. Yang penting what itu harus pertama sih pasti, gitu. Kayak kita jelasin dulu what we do or what is your favorite kind of music, what is your favorite book. That's the first thing they have to mention. And after that, like when, who, where itu bisa interchangeable urutannya. But then when it comes to why, try to put that at the end, gitu. Tapi itu harus disebutin ya, jangan sampai itu terlewat. Gitu. Okay, no questions so far? Okay, right. If you don't have any questions, I'm going to move a little bit more to this point. First thing, don't speak for the full 2 minutes. I would really encourage you to speak for 2 minutes because that is the time that you have to show off your speaking ability, right? So if you speak, let's say like only 1 minute and 20 seconds, it's a waste of time. So you still have a lot to talk, right? That's why like you can put why at the end and round out of things to say. This is frequently happen during speaking part, especially for those who's straightforward. Biasanya teman-teman yang emang apa namanya straightforward gitu kalau udah ngejelasin tuh kayak udah semua deh gitu. Apalagi gitu. Nah, uh, this is actually like one of the biggest challenge in speaking part two because we have nothing to say left. So again, my suggestion is that for each bullet point that you have, you can still develop a little bit more. Kalau misalnya ada why, ada when, teman-teman bisa jelasin misalnya when-nya itu let's say once a week, and misalnya kalau mau nambahin detail lagi, I always go to the swimming pool in the morning or in the afternoon, for example. Jadi boleh kayak ditambahin detail-detailnya sedikit for each bullet point. Okay, like where juga bisa dielaborasi lagi bullet point-nya. And then why you can develop more. So when you take notes, poin why itu kalau bisa dilebihin teman-teman. Jadi jangan cuma satu kalau bisa. At least like you've got like 2 or 3. Gitu. And have unstructured talks. So this is also happened quite a lot. So for example, kalau yang unstructured itu gini ya misalnya. So at that time, the question was, tell us about your favorite. Tell us about the book that you recently read. Itu apa questionnya? Kayak tell us buku yang terakhir dibaca. When you read that book, so what book is that? And then what book is all about kalau nggak salah. Terakhir, where do you buy the book? And last one, like why you love the book, intinya gitu. And then when the student explain about the book, itu kan ada poin buku ini tentang apa, gitu kan. Nah, waktu itu student ini tuh jadi kebablasan jelasin isi bukunya. Jadi waktunya 2 menit ini habis. Cuma buat jelasin isi bukunya aja. Bullet point yang lain tidak tercover. So dia nggak jelasin why you like the book, and she didn't mention where did you buy the book. Ya tadi yang why itu nggak dimention, why you like the book, terus where did you buy the book itu nggak dimention. Jadi fokus ngomongin bukunya itu tentang apa. Dia sampai sebutin karakter-karakternya, alurnya gitu. Nah, it was too broad gitu. Boleh dimention karena emang itu pertanyaannya. So like when you want to say the book, let's say misalnya ngomongin buku Harry Potter, for example. So the book talks about atau tells about a wizard with his friends who want to fight bla 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 bla. Nah udah, maksudnya kayak cuma 2 sampai 3 baris aja atau 3 kalimat aja gitu. Intinya you explain the main idea or like the summary of the book, but it's just like a very short sentences. Not like you explain everything. Okay, so the character is this, blah 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 blah. it's too detailed gitu. 2 minutes will not be enough. Jadi kayak apa ya? Nggak fokus gitu, nggak terstruktur. Jadi kemana-mana karena ngomongin isi bukunya gitu. Itu and then the other one tuh kayak ada juga yang sama mirip kayak gitu. Jadi ngomongin music, but then like musiknya itu jadi kemana-mana, nggak fokus ke si balance point-nya. That's the thing that we have to be aware of. The next one, read the notes rather than speak naturally. It is okay to read your notes, but it's not like you read the paper. It's more like you take a look sih, lebih ke take a look to the paper, not reading. Kalau reading kan kayak terpaku banget ya, kita kayak baca gitu. But it's pretty much like you look at, okay, so I'm going to mention about the first point, for example, and after you finish first point, then you can take a look to your notes and then you continue your speaking. Jadi nggak yang baca gitu. Last but not least, it's actually like our problem as well. No, my problem probably. Panic because they think that they know nothing about the topic. This is frequently happen, gitu. Nah ini tuh sebenarnya strateginya emang apa ya? Kalau panik itu kan karena emang kita ngerasa bahwa kita nggak tahu atau kita tidak pernah. Yang sering terjadi adalah kita tidak pernah, we never experienced those things, for example. So like we don't know what to say. I have an example, guys, at girls. Waktu itu di kelas ini juga di kelas IELTS Tibra ini. Jadi waktu itu kalau nggak salah, uh, pertanyaannya tentang good news. Kemarin siapa ya? Kayaknya ada yang dapat pertanyaan tentang good news ya, yang recent good news gitu. Nah, waktu itu ada students yang dapat pertanyaan itu juga waktu speaking part tuh, di kelas Tibra juga. Terus beliau itu kayak jelasinnya kayak, ia ceritain tentang temennya yang habis melahirkan. So that's her story. She explained very well. So it was in a good structure, and in a good coherence and super fluent as well. And then at the end, after she finished her speaking, she told me, "Oh my God, Kak Ate, I was so confused what to say because I didn't know, so I just make it up." Kayak dia ngarang sama cerita tentang temen yang melahirkan itu, padahal nggak ada temennya yang melahirkan. Jadi kayak dia ngarang cerita tentang melahirkan itu sampai we all in that room thought that it was real, but it wasn't gitu. Jadi kalau misalnya emang kita nggak tahu atau kita nggak pernah experience those such a thing, kita tuh bisa pakai tadi ya kalau misalnya yang udah mepet banget bisa make up story atau teman-teman you can also use others people experience and then you make it to your own gitu. Jadi kayak misalnya kita mau cerita misalnya your favorite uh, food. Kalau sorry itu gampang, kalau favorite food apa ya, misalnya an extreme activity that you love to do misalnya gitu. Terus kayak teman-teman tuh nggak suka aktivitas-aktivitas ekstrim gitu. Nah, you can actually mention hal yang menurut teman-teman paling ekstrim. Tapi kalau nggak ada, teman-teman tuh bisa pakai cerita orang lain. For example, like honestly, I don't really like extreme activity, but I have experience um, hi- hiking to a mountain, misalnya gitu. Tapi teman-teman nggak pernah naik gunung. Cuma pinjem story orang-orang aja denger-denger yang pernah naik gunung tuh kayak gimana gitu. Itu sebenarnya nggak apa-apa, as long as you don't apa ya, you don't show to the extent that you're confused and you don't know what to say. It's better to mention in the beginning. So I actually don't really like an extreme activity, but if I can tell you an activity that the extremist activity that I have done, it would be hiking misalnya gitu. Terus teman-teman ceritain aja hiking kemana kemana kemana. Pakai cerita yang teman-teman karang atau cerita your friends, for example, or your colleague or your partner, you can use that. Gitu. So that's pretty much it for the IELTS speaking part 2. After this, we're going to have a practice, but before that, any question? Question? All good? Okay, nah karena tidak ada pertanyaan, I think I'm going to uh, show you the video from Daniels. Jadi kemarin kita udah lihat yang part 1 ya. Sekarang kita mau lanjutin untuk yang part 2. Hang on. Let me share this. video, salah video, sorry. Nah, ini kita lanjutin part 2 dari Daniel yang kemarin. Suaranya.
Please don't turn it
Is
over.
it clear enough? Is it audible? Okay.
Also, here's some note paper and a pencil. You will have 1 minute to read the questions, think about your answer, prepare your notes, and then you will have 2 minutes to speak. I will tell you when to start and when to stop. Are you ready to begin?
Yes.
Okay, then your 1 minute preparation time begins now.
Okay, you may read the question first. Okay, so I'm going to continue.
Okay, your 1 minute preparation time is up. Please begin speaking, Daniel.
If I had a chance to hang out with a person for 24 hours, it would probably be Jim Carrey. I love comedy, and I think he's one of the funniest people on earth. I've seen many of his movies over the years, and they all made me laugh so hard. I'd love to find out more about his personal life and maybe even hear some original jokes. I think a good place to meet with Mr. Carey would be in a quiet pub. After a few drinks, we could really get into some conversation. We could order some food. I could find out what a true comedian really likes to eat.
Planning to take an English proficiency test to study abroad? Join millions of students across the
And most importantly, I think a quiet pub would give the right atmosphere to just let loose and be ourselves. I'd like to talk about a variety of topics with Mr. Carey, but most importantly, just to find out who he really is off camera. I'm interested to know about his journey to become famous, which one of his movies he liked doing the most, what were some of the biggest difficulties he had during his career, and what he plans to do in the future. Of course, I would ask him if he knows some funny jokes. The reason I'd like to meet with Mr. Carey is because I think a good laugh is one of the most amazing parts of life. And there aren't many people who know more about this than him. Since he's very, very famous, it is virtually impossible to have a one-on-one conversation with him.
Okay, and your 2 minutes is up, so I'll stop you there.
Okay, so that's it. His performance in part 2. What do you think, girls, about his performance for part 2? Any idea? Atau sama seperti kemarin? Yeah, because like overall, like as we can see, memang the way he speak, he's actually like super calm. He can maintain his gesture, his body language, and also the fluency is there, is on point. The grammar is also accurate. If you notice that he used simple present tense, simple past tense accurately, and there are several like perfect tense as well that being used in that speaking. And vocab, actually, if you notice that it is just common vocabularies we all can understand, nothing more, nothing too sophisticated or advanced. But yeah, like everything is just on point. So that's pretty much what we are going to have for the IELTS speaking part 2. Jadi kurang lebih the way we deliver the answer will be like that. Don't repeat the question. That's the first thing. If you have filler during your speaking, that's normal, so that's okay. As long as don't have that, you don't need to have that filler too long. Okay? Ada filler tuh nggak apa-apa. That's very natural. Even the speaker also have filler during her speaking. But because this is a task, kalau bisa jangan terlalu lama pause-nya atau fillernya. Itu aja sih. Okay? Right. Any questions? Or shall we start the practice? Langsung practice ya kayaknya. Okay, then I'm going to start the practice. Hang on wait a second. I'm going to share my PowerPoint. So, this is the question for speaking part 2. Okay, who wants to be the first candidate? Anyone? Kak Farah, Kak Ola, Kak Shannon, siapa yang mau duluan? Nggak ada. Oke. Aku mulai dari yang masuk pertama dulu deh. Tadi Kak Shannon masuk pertama. Oke. Shannon, are you there? Jadi soalnya Kak Shannon mention
Yes,
internetnya
yes.
unstable. Is your internet okay now?
I guess.
Okay. Seperti biasa, can you speak a little bit closer karena agak kurang jelas suaranya.
Sekarang Miss,
Dikit lagi boleh, Mbak.
udah nempel Miss.
Oke, ini tapi udah lumayan oke sih. Okay, then, you ready? Do you have a pen and paper with you right now? Because you may take notes.
Wait Miss.
So buat teman-teman juga, you may prepare your pen and notes. Okay, let me know when you're ready.
Udah Miss.
Okay, cool. So, this is your question. Buat teman-teman yang lain juga boleh sambil baca nanti, dan seperti biasa ya, nanti akan jadi juri, jadi judges, so give feedback for Shannon. Okay, so this is the question. I'm going to start 1 minute preparation, so 1 minute start from now. Okay, your time is up. So now you have 2 minutes to speak about this topic. Okay, so 2 minutes start from now.
Well, there is a food or drink that I learned to prepare, and it is coffee. So back when it is pandemic, I learned to make coffee for my dad because I really love coffee, and because it's still in the COVID era, so I'm learning at home at my house. And how I learn it is by watching on YouTube, because there is a trend where we make a dalgona coffee when in COVID. So I also learned from my father because he also a fan of coffee, and how I felt about learning making it. I'm very happy because I really love it, and I like to drink it when I'm watching some movies. Yeah, but basically it's still in the pandemic, so I don't have any homework at home, and I just spend my time to relaxing with my coffee, and I because I really love it. I make it almost every day, and I also learned how to serve it to my parents. And I really enjoy when I have to pour the water into the coffee because it looks so satisfying. And because I think because I'm still a teenager, that back then I'm still small, I guess I like to make it become more a pretty one. Like I give some uh, decoration on it.
Okay, your time is up. Thank you very much. Well done, Shannon. How do you feel for this time? You speak for the full 2 minutes, by the way. How do you feel?
Ya gitu deh, Miss.
Gitu gimana nih?
Nervous.
Nervous ya? Masih nervous ya?
Iya, Miss.
Okay, right. Thank you, Shannon. So, ladies, Kak Farah and Kak Ola, any feedback for Kak Shannon? Anyone? Ya, silakan Kak
Kayaknya
Farah.
kalau dari aku, menurut aku nervousnya nggak terlalu kedengar sih dibanding yang kemarin. Mungkin karena ini lebih, apa ya, lebih kealamin sendiri kali ya, kayak experience sendiri banget. Jadi eh, lebih luas sih kalau kata aku. Terus kayak improve juga kan. Kemarin kan waktunya kalau nggak salah masih belum 2 menit kan. Sekarang udah 2 menit. Kata aku sih, oke.
Yay, well done. Thank you, Kak Farah. Kak Ola, do you have any feedback?
Udah oke sih, Miss.
Udah oke?
Kalau dari banding yang kemarin, hmm, apa ya? Mungkin yang agak diimprove agak kurang concise ya kayaknya ya. Maksudnya dari kan udah ngejelasin why suka kopi gini 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 gini, terus di belakang why lagi gitu kan. Mungkin ini sih apa bisa ditaruh di belakang semua kayak Miss jelasin sebelumnya why-nya.
I see. Alright, thank you, Kak Ola. Jadi ada beberapa poin yang agak kurang concise gitu ya, Kak, ya, pas di akhir. Alright, thank you Kak Ola, thank you Kak Farah feedbacknya. Thank you juga Shannon. Aku sebenarnya notes-nya tuh nggak terlalu banyak tadi. Kayaknya salah satu strength-nya Shannon tuh adalah grammar. Kayak like she really knows how to use like present and past tense properly gitu. Jadi kayak akurat pakainya. So actually like at the beginning itu masih menurutku ya di awal-awal tuh masih agak kerasa nervousnya, tapi pas ke belakang-belakang udah mulai relax, udah mulai bisa jelas lebih banyak. Paling ada beberapa yang tadi benar dibilang Kak Ola, ada yang kurang concise dan menurutku kayak ada cukup banyak yang apa ya kayak sentence yang agak diulang-ulang gitu. Kayak misalnya waktu di awal kan tadi Shana jelasin tentang you made a cup of coffee gitu because I really really like it gitu. Misalnya itu sebenarnya kayak I really really like it itu bisa diganti kayak I loved it misalnya gitu. Itu bisa. Terus kayak I really like it because bla bla bla. Terus habis itu I learned from my dad. Nah, itu kan tadi kan sempat mention Kak Ola nih, kayak di bagian akhir tuh agak kurang concise. Nah, menurutku ini yang aku denger ya, nanti mungkin Shannon bisa apa namanya, bisa feedback, masa bisa komen juga gitu, takutnya aku salah juga. Di akhir tuh aku ngerasanya kayak Shannon udah kehabisan apa yang mau diomongin gitu. Terus akhirnya jadi kayak, oh yaudah nih tambahin poin ini gitu. Jadinya ada beberapa yang emang kayak tadi di-mention Paula agak kurang concise gitu. Tapi it was a good effort. Udah coba buat ngomong sampai 2 menit. Mungkin gini kalau saranku untuk Shannon. Jadi ketika kita jelasin tentang kopi tadi, sebenarnya kan kayak di sini ada apa namanya ada pertanyaan how you learn to prepare this, right? Nah, menurutku ini kayak mungkin untuk bisa lebih banyak nanti speakingnya, itu kayak bisa dijelasin kayak bahan-bahannya tuh apa aja sih yang dipakai misalnya. gitu. Terus bahan-bahannya apa aja yang dipakai, terus whether you made it like cold atau hot itu juga sebenarnya bisa di-mention gitu. Jadi apa ya, jangan sesimpel kayak oh yaudah misalnya kayak tuangin air ke kopinya and that's it gitu. Karena itu akan jadi sedikit banget sih ketika kita speaking gitu. Mungkin kalau di writing kelihatannya banyak, but when we speak, it's just like couple of seconds gitu. Itu akan jadi sebentar banget. So my suggestion, if you got like this question ada how-nya, itu bisa ditambahin additional sedikit. Kayak misalnya, I started making a cup of coffee misalnya dengan bahan A, B, C, D. And then I usually like made it myself or misalnya dibantuin sama my father or my sister or my brother, you can mention it. Itu juga boleh gitu. Terus explain how you feel when you learn. Tadi tuh udah di-mention juga, I'm happy because like you can enjoy your coffee and you chill at home. Nah, itu poin-poin yang sebenarnya bisa juga dielaborasiin lagi. Kayak misalnya, I felt happy because I can enjoy my cup of coffee while chilling at home. And also, misalnya because like this is the first drink that I made myself, misalnya gitu. Jadi bisa dikasih detail-detail seperti itu biar nggak terlalu pendek gitu. Jadi di akhir nanti Sharon bisa speak for the full 2 minutes without loss of coherence and without run out of things to say gitu. Itu aja sih sebenarnya kalau feedback dari aku. In terms of the idea sebenarnya udah oke. Tinggal mungkin beberapa poin yang sebenarnya kayak Shannon tuh bisa elaborasiin lagi gitu. Paling itu aja sih. Kayak poin-poinnya udah dapat, grammarnya juga udah oke, fluency-nya udah oke, tinggal the way you elaborate the answers aja yang masih perlu perbaiki lagi gitu sih. Itu yang bisa di-improve gitu. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you ya. Mungkin Shannon ada yang mau ditambahin atau all good so far?
Memang tadi kayaknya salah baca poin, Miss, jadi keulang 2 kali.
Oh, oke.
Mungkin
Di
poinnya terlalu sedikit gitu. Aku udah bingung mau ngomong apa lagi.
I see, I see, I see. Oke, right. Jadi emang udah kayak salah baca, terus habis itu jadi bingung mau ngomong apa lagi karena udah kesebut di awal gitu ya. Makanya keulang. Oke, right, that's fine. Nanti kita ada ini practice yang pertama, nanti ada lagi yang kedua, so that's okay. Thank you, Shannon. Oke, sekarang siapa mau duluan? Kak Ola, Kak Farah. Oh, kalau tadi yang masuk duluan berarti Kak Farah ya. Aku lupa tadi urutannya yang masuk duluan. Berarti Kak Farah. Oke, silakan Kak Farah. Ready? Oke, you got different questions ya. Jadi tidak sama questionnya. So this is for you. Uh-oh. Yeah. Okay, right. So 1 minute preparation time begins now. Okay, your time is up. Now you have 2 minutes to speak about the topic. Okay, so 2 minutes start from now.
Okay, when it comes to tourist attractions or tourist places, I think one of the most suitable ones to be recommended, especially for foreign tourists, would be Bali. Indonesia, it is widely known actually for the great activity that Bali offers. From my point of view, one of the attraction that mainly offered to, especially for foreign tourists in Bali includes both cultural activities and also modern activities or the places to hang there. If you would like to talk about the cultural activities, I think one of the attraction that would mainly attract tourists would be temple, and there, since Bali had a lot of temple to be explored in, I think one of the most needed to be tried activity would be melukat, or one of the thing that Balinese do to kind of do self-reflection, yeah, inside the temple. And then besides that, I think another thing that could be also done if you do not want to be exposed to a lot of cultural activity, you can also try to enjoy the modern activities, like maybe watching the sunsets from any beach clubs, or maybe you can try doing a surfing from one of the beaches there in Bali. And then I think one of the reason why I would really recommend Bali, especially for foreign tourism, is foreign tourists, is because not only that it offers a lot of activities, but it also had a lot of places that is not only entertaining but also give them a
Okay,
lot
your
of.
time is up. Thank you very much. Yay, good job. How do you feel?
Ini sebenarnya lebih bingung sih Kak, karena kayak
Oh
aku
gitu.
bingung pilih terus attractions yang kayak cuma satu gitu apa gitu.
Ah, berarti ini ya, bingungnya lebih ke, like choosing the ID-nya berarti.
Iya, makanya
Oke.
jadinya sebenarnya terlalu banyak idenya.
Oh, right. But you did a good job though. Itu tadi idenya oke sih kalau menurutku. Jadi, and you can also like explain very well as well. Okay, feedback, ladies, please. Kak Ola, Kak Shannon, silakan. Kak Ola, silakan.
Mungkin ini Kak bisa choosing one of the place, misalnya beach di Bali. Nah, di situ kan bisa lebih elaborate mau ngapain, apa kita mau surfing or just diving atau cuman main-main pasir di situ. Nah, terus kan bisa dieksplor lagi tuh nanti di Bali itu ada pantai yang untouchable, misalnya kayak yang ngelihat lumba-lumba itu Lovina
Lovina.
Beach, misalnya Lovina Beach gitu kan. Nah, di situ kita bilang misalnya itu mulai kita anuin airnya itu kayak mana, terus itunya clear blue sky gitu-gitulah.
Oke. Jadi choosing one point aja, misalnya choosing one place gitu ya, untuk bisa elaborasi lebih banyak.
Iya,
Good
gitu sih.
idea.
Jadi apa ya? Jadi ya udah ngomong-ngomongin di situ aja, terus kita biasanya tuh apa? Kita udah nyiapin tuh kayak idiom-idiom apa yang kita bisa iniin eh, kalau kalau air laut itu apa crystal blue
Crystal,
gitu.
crystal
Nah,
clear.
crystal clear gitu.
Okay, alright.
Itu
Thank you,
sih, Kak,
thank you,
kayaknya.
Kak. Thank you, Kak Ola. Thank you feedbacknya. Any other feedback mungkin? Shannon ada feedback buat Kak Farah?
Kavara, like very calm and fluent.
Sorry, can you repeat that, please?
Very calm and fluent waktu ngomong gitu. Kayak nggak, maksudnya walaupun mikir gitu tapi nggak ada stop-stopnya.
Okay, very fluent ya. Very calm
Iya,
and very fluent
kayaknya
gitu.
nggak butuh usaha gitu untuk nge-recall
Effortless
nge-recall
gitu ya.
iya.
Oke, right. Thank you so much, Kak Ola dan juga Shannon. Iya, sebenarnya aku setuju sih sama yang tadi barusan di-mention sama Shannon dan juga Kak Ola. Emang Kak Farhan tuh salah satu strengths-nya itu adalah selain idea tadi tuh ini, calm, kayak chill aja gitu. Itu menurutku poin yang plus karena eh, kelihatan relax. Jadi tuh kayak, walaupun misalnya tadi sempat di-mention bingung, orang tuh nggak akan notice kalau Kak Farhan tuh bingung gitu. Jadi kayak apa body language itu udah confidence gitu, kayak udah kelihatan confidence-nya. Terus abis itu sebenarnya aku nggak terlalu note banyak, tadi ada cuma grammar dikit lah itu. Nah, aku sebenarnya agak setuju sama poin yang di-mention Kak Ola tadi. Jadi di awal itu kan Kak Farah sempat mention Bali, terus temple. Nah, I thought you're going to focus on temple only. Awalnya tadi aku pikir gitu, karena waktu kakak jelasin temple, I think it was a good idea choosing that one specific point. So, jadi itu urut apa ya? Kalau kalau dari speakingnya Kak Farah tuh aku ngeliatnya ada patternnya tuh kayak segitiga kebalik gitu loh. Jadi kayak ngomongin Bali dulu nih general. Terus kalau di Bali itu ada banyak aktivitas, salah satunya tuh yang harus dikunjungi adalah ke temple. Itu kan udah lebih spesifik. Terus di temple itu ngapain? Itu melukat. Nah, so I thought you're just going to focus on that temple only. Iya, gitu. Nah, kalau misalnya fokusnya di temple, kayak yang dibilang Kak Ola tadi, jadi Kak Farah itu bisa spesifik. Kayak ngomongin temple, oke misalnya tuh temple di bagian, sorry, temple di daerah mana yang bisa melukat misalnya. Misalnya you can do all this melukat activity in one of the in all temples, for example, in Ubud area. Terus kakak bisa jelasin di situ kayak tentang templenya ataupun melukat gitu. Nah, tadi itu kenapa akhirnya aku ngerasanya agak kurang, sebenarnya dia bilang masih itu sebenarnya masih Bali sih, masih ngomongin Bali gitu. Cuma jadi nggak fokus ke satu poin itu, jadi agak aku nggak tahu mungkin Kak Farah bingung kali ya ketika mau pilih ide selanjutnya. Aku ngeliatnya gitu sih, karena tadi ada beberapa pause yang akhirnya oke, lanjutin ke poin itu adalah waktu ngomongin tentang yeah, maybe we can enjoy like modern activity like watching sunset di beach club atau di pantai aja gitu. Nah, itu tuh jadi kayak yang tadinya ngomongin melukat udah detail, terus jadi ngomongin ke pantai lagi yang menurutku jadi lebih broad lagi gitu. Nah, tapi pas di akhir kenapa rekomend si this tourist attraction kan sebenarnya itu jadinya harusnya fokus ke tempelnya aja gitu. Jadi menurutku ide awal udah bagus Kak. Bali terus temple, aktivitasnya juga tadi udah jelas ada melukat dan lain-lain. Cuma di tengah-tengah tadi agak sedikit melebar gitu. Aku tadi mikirnya kayaknya Kak Farah bingung jelasin apa lagi sih. Jadinya kayak akhirnya mention si sunset itu. Terus satu poin tadi ada grammar ini kebetulan aku notice uh, waktu Kak Farah bilang Bali had a lot of temples. Ini mungkin buat teman-teman yang lain juga. Jadi kalau misalnya untuk talking about something that is a fact, itu kita pakai simple present tense. Jadi kayak Bali has. Karena itu fakta ataupun emang hal-hal pengetahuan umum gitu ya. Jadi pakainya has gitu. Terus tadi sedikit juga kayak an activity that can also done, which should be can be done. Activity that can be done, blah blah blah, blah gitu. So basically itu aja sih tadi poin yang aku note dari performance-nya Kak Farah. But overall you did a very good job. Well done. Mantap. Sip. Thank you, Kak Farah. Okay, last contestant we do have Kak Ola. Ready, Kak Ola?
Jadi,
Okay, so this is the question. Oh, yeah. Right. So now you have 1 minute preparation time and 1 minute start from now. Okay, your time is up. Now you have 2 minutes to speak about family member that you visit. Okay, so 2 minutes start from now.
I'd like to tell you about my visit to my relatives. It is actually, she is my nephew, and my nephew, uh, she live in Depok, which is its, uh, which is it, uh, 1 hour from my home by car, and I visit her because she had a new baby, and I know that she was very happy at that time, and we talk about our we talk about to how to handle the newborn, and I really thrill about my visit because we can remember funny thing when we did uh we did in our childhood, and I know that she and I know that and I really enjoy it because I know that I can strengthen our bond and share sharing my experience to handle my twin daughters, and um, and like a new mom, she was very excited.
Okay, your time is up. Thank you so much, Kaola. Well done. How do you feel, Kaola?
Uh, bingung, Miss.
Bingung idenya kah atau bingung explanation-nya? I mean like, yeah, when you explain.
Bingung explainnya sih.
Bingung explain-nya.
Aku sih nanyanya ini, Miss, gimana caranya biarin bisa ngomong kayak Kak Farah sama Miss. Jadi cepet gitu, apa, enak tutupnya.
Right, okay. Gimana caranya biar ngomong kayak bisa kayak Kak Farah, silakan gimana Kak Farah?
Sama Miss Ate juga keren banget dah.
Right, thank you by the way Kak Ola. Mungkin nanti kita sambil ngobrolin itu ya Kak ya, gimana untuk practice speaking. But going to focus on your speaking part first. Nanti we have that discussion later, okay? But you did a very good job, Kak Ola. Any feedback, ladies? Kak Shannon and Kak Farah? Shannon, any feedback?
Mungkin kayak mikirnya agak lebih lama gitu. Maksudnya pikir kata yang mau ngomongin gitu loh.
Okay, so you mean think before start speaking or how?
Maksudnya stop-stopnya itu agak lama gitu. Maksudnya untuk pikirin katanya gitu.
Oh, oke. Berarti pause-nya ya, ada pause di within the speaking-nya ya.
Iya.
Okay, alright. Thank you, Shannon. Any other feedback? Kak Farah, silakan.
Aku sebenarnya setuju sih sama Shannon. Kayaknya menurut aku mungkin nggak ada yang tadi Kak Ate bilang juga sih, apa jadi bikin bullet point-nya benar-benar detail aja kalau bisa. Jadi pas udah mau ngomong, kita kayak tinggal nyambungin bullet points-nya, jadi nggak usah mikir terlalu lama gitu. Itu juga menurut aku bisa ngebantu kayak apa ya? Jadi kita tuh ngomongnya nggak usah terlalu sambil mikir gitu kan udah ada nih hasil mikir kita, terus jadi tinggal di apa ya pelan-pelan aja gitu ngomongin hasil mikirnya.
I see. Okay, so the the note should be in bullet point. Intinya gitu tadi ya. Terus biar itu bisa jadi patokan buat pas speaking gitu. Right, thank you. Thank you, Kak Farah. All right, so thank you, ladies. So I think like my feedback will be pretty similar to Shannon and also Kak Farah. Overall, mungkin kalau juga tadi sempat mention ya, karena bingung gitu, ada ketika explain-nya. I think like one of the ways to minimize the to minimize that confusion when we explain about speaking part 2 is that what Kak Farah mentioned. Itu sebenarnya bisa di writing di writing di pas 1 minute preparation-nya Kak. Jadi bikin bullet point, tapi poin-poin pentingnya aja. Jadi kayak like the main idea, for example, you want to visit your nephew kan, your nephew, terus habis itu kayak who you visit and where they live. Terus kayak oke misalnya your nephew, terus kakak bisa jelasin occasion-nya. Tadi kan udah dijelasin ya occasion-nya. So for example, you explain your nephew who lives in Depok, which is located 1 hour from my house. Nah itu kan udah di-mention nih poin pertama. Oke, visit your nephew because visit your nephew and then the house is located like an hour from here, from your house, and then you visit her because she has a baby. Nah, itu di bagian poin Y-nya ini, Kak. Itu ketika kakak bikin bullet point, sebenarnya bisa ditambahin. Misal, she has a she has a baby, and then misalnya it's a baby boy, atau itu kakak bisa mention detail-detail kayak gitu. She has a baby girl or baby boy, and I visit her because I haven't visited her for quite long time. Bisa ditambahin ngarang-ngarang gitu, itu juga boleh. And what happened during the visit? Kakak bisa kayak mention, oke, di bullet point kakak itu bisa di-mention kayak misalnya you discuss about how to take care of baby misalnya, terus habis itu you also memorizing atau reminiscing your childhood memories. Itu kan bisa di-mention juga what happened during the visit. Terus habis itu misalnya kayak you had lunch together, for example, itu juga bisa dimasukin. So just like what Kak Farah mention, detail-detail bullet point itu yang sebenarnya ngebantu kita banget juga Kak. Gitu. So make sure that you have a clear bullet point before you start speaking. And what you enjoy about the visit, tadi kan di-mention karena you remember all the things that you did when you were kids, and it can also harusnya tadi strengthen Kak. Jadi kalau untuk menguatkan, kalau strength itu kan kekuatan. Kalau untuk menguatkan itu strengthen. So to strengthen our bond, um, itu juga bisa dipakai gitu. Paling itu sih Kak, kalau dari aku tuh beberapa poinnya. Jadi Kak Ola lebih ke idenya udah ada. Cuma untuk explaining-nya aja yang butuh practice lagi gitu. Terus itu yang bisa ngebantu pertama si bullet point tadi ya di notes-nya itu. Yang kedua sebenarnya mungkin sekalian tadi jawab pertanyaannya Kak Ola, how to practice speaking. Well, like each of us will probably have different ways to learn, but like from me, I actually learn speaking mostly from listening. So that's how I learn. So I need to listen a lot of English conversation, English talk, and then like I will imitate how they speak, and that's how I learn actually. Jadi kalau misalnya ditanya bisa speaking cepat, sebenarnya speaking cepatku juga kadang masih belepotan sih Kak gitu. But then like I try to imitate what I listen. For example, zaman dulu banget sih. I think like in 2011 or I forgot 11 or apa 2019-an ya, lupa, udah agak lama sih gitu. Waktu itu suka banget sama Jennifer Bahdim, tapi belum yang sekarang nih, belum yang sekarang kan udah selebgram banget ya. Dulu waktu masih jadi vlogger waktu di Jepang, I watch almost like all her videos when like Kiyomi and Kenji were babies, and then I like the way she speaks because I can understand her very well, and her English and her pronunciation is really good. So I have a tendency like to imitate the way she speaks gitu. Like for me it can really help my speaking and also my pronunciation. And yeah, I think I listen a lot and then I try to imitate gitu. Itu kalau aku kayak gitu Kak. Jadi memang listen and imitate. And actually actually there is a pattern in learning a language. So if you want to be able to speak, you have to listen more. Ini secara teori ya. Jadi kalau misalnya mau bisa speaking, harus banyakin listening karena inputnya speaking itu adalah listening. If you want to be able to write, then you have to read. Karena inputnya gitu, inputnya writing itu adalah reading. Jadi kalau mau bisa kalau mau bisa writing itu harus banyakin reading gitu. Because like when we listened unintentionally, we're going to learn about pronunciation, we're going to learn about accent, we're going to learn about grammar juga and vocabularies, same as reading. So when we read, we learn about vocabularies, we learn about sentence structure, we learn about grammar as well. So that's how it works in learning languages. Gitu. Jadi kalau aku kayak gitu Kak. Jadi listen and then imitate. Gitu sih. Kalau Kak Farah atau Shannon mungkin any ideas or you can share how you learn speaking mungkin. Jadi kita bisa belajar bareng-bareng. Shannon, how you learn speaking?
Aku juga dari nonton film sih, Miss.
Okay. Nonton film ya mostly.
Iya, terus kayak nempel gitu di otak.
Okay. So from movies. English conversation juga ya berarti kebanyakan dengerinnya.
Iya,
Okay.
Miss.
Well, thank you. And how about Kak Farah? How you learn speaking?
Kalau aku sih sebenarnya mungkin karena kebetulan aku udah agak terbiasa ngobrol pakai bahasa Inggris waktu kuliah sama teman-temanku. Jadi kayak itu apa ya, mau nggak mau maksakan aku jadinya ikut ngomong juga. Nah, karena ada beberapa emang teman-teman kelasku yang bukan orang Indo. Jadi kepaksanya dari situ. Terus tapi most of the times kalau emang nggak ada apa ya, aku tuh orangnya bukan senang ngobrol sendiri ya, cuma kayak senang praktis di depan kaca gitu. Jadi kadang-kadang yaudah aku mau ngomong tentang apa, atau misalnya ada sesuatu topik yang ada di pikiran aku ngomong sendiri aja gitu, kayak coba-coba aja sendiri gitu,
Iya,
kayak
iya.
ngeluarin topik apa, ngeluarin ide-ide yang ada di kepala aku gitu.
Right. Okay. Alright. Thank you, Kak Farah. Iya, ya. Berarti emang sebenarnya lebih ke eh, pembiasaan sih kayaknya. Jadi, well, actually that's a challenge in Indonesia though. Like sometimes it's a bit difficult to find partners to speak English with, right? Kayak agak susah ya nyari partner gitu. So what I do is pretty much the same as Kak Farah. So if I don't have any friends, I'm just going to speak all by myself. So like, for example, if you drive alone to the office, atau misalnya kalau lagi naik motor gitu atau lagi nyetir sendiri, pas lagi sendiri itu kayak bisa ngomong sendiri sih. That's the moment when I will speak to myself, kayak iya misalnya kayak ala-ala vloggers atau ngomong apa, kayak waktu aku latihan speaking dulu ya, waktu lagi belajar speaking IELTS gini, aku tuh kayak ngebayangin soal speaking terus aku jawab sendiri waktu lagi naik motor. Jadi misalnya what do you think about this, abis itu aku jawab sendiri gitu. Iya jadi kayak pembiasaan aja sih, kayak and also I think try to think in English can also help. Uh, nah tapi mungkin ini sih Kak PR eh, agak beda ya kalau misalnya untuk IELTS kan kita harus fokus ke grammar juga. Nah, itu sih yang agak-agak jadi challenge gitu. Kalau misalnya kayak lagi ngomong sendiri kan kayak we don't really care about grammar, we don't really care about anything, we just want to talk gitu. But then when it comes to test, it's a bit different because like we need to think about the grammar, we need to think about the vocabularies, and also the coherence and etc. etc. But yeah, definitely you can try to speak like a little English every day, like at least 15 minutes. You may spare your time for 15 minutes to speak. If you don't have any friends, you can also like this is what I do. You can record yourself on Zoom and then you rewatch yourself. Itu waktu aku latihan IELTS nggak ada teman, jadi kayak soal IELTS-nya aja aku display di screen ini, and then I will record myself on Zoom and I speak, jawab sendiri, habis itu aku kasih feedback buat diriku sendiri, misal oh ini grammar salah, ininya nggak nyambung atau gimana gimana gitu. If we don't have any friends or partners to practice ya, jadi kita bisa melakukan itu gitu. But I think when it comes to speaking, it's really about practice and habit. I can say. Jadi mulai dibiasain aja gitu. But kalau you got the idea sih, you got the idea. Tinggal the way you explain, and then sometimes you got the vocabulary as well, I think. Vocabulary juga Kaola oke kok gitu. Cuma mungkin kayak tadi explanation-nya aja, mengeluarkan pendapatnya aja yang perlu dilatih lagi. Gitu.
Lebih ke kurang pede sih, Miss.
Masa sih Kak kurang pede? Coba Pak kalau di sini itu yang perlu dibangun PD-nya dulu, nervousnya dihilangin, nggak PD-nya dihilangin gitu. Karena mumpung ada temen gitu loh Kak kita di sini. Kalau sendiri kan apa ya, agak susah ya kadang kalau misalnya kita nggak ada teman latihan gitu. Tapi karena kita semua di sini belajar, jadi mari kita berusaha untuk lebih pede, nervousnya dihilangin, karena kita sama-sama belajar juga di sini. So I think it's really nice to learn together, so we can give a feedback to each other. Jadi yeah, it's nice gitu. Jadi tenang tenang Kak, aman. Nggak usah nggak usah khawatir, kita belajar bareng gitu. Jadi semoga nggak pede nanti bisa berkurang ya gitu. Oke, what time is it now? Oke, 5 minute break seperti biasa teman-teman, silakan boleh break dulu. Abis itu kita akan latihan lagi part 2 lagi. Oke, siap. Alright, so 5 minute breaks everyone. I'll see you after 5 minutes. Okay, so we've done the first round of the practice and now we're going to move to second round. Jadi masih part 2 ya, teman-teman. Okay, so siapa yang mau duluan? Kak Farah. Yang muncul duluan. Langsung. Oke, nggak apa-apa ya Kak Farah ya. Oke, right. So nanti Kak Farah, terus ke Ola, terus nanti Shannon. Okay, so you ready? Okay, I'm going to, hang on. The timer is here. Okay, so this is your question. Okay, so 1 minute preparation time begins now. Okay, your time is up. Now you have 2 minutes to speak about your girlfriend. Okay, so 2 minutes start from now.
I would like to introduce you to one of my good friend back in university. So her name is Vanessa. I previously firstly met her during our student union activity back in 2020, if I'm not mistaken. So at that time, I was appointed as one of the head of external division, which she also being appointed at, but a different division. Because of this role, we actually have been going through several activities and also events together to address the needs of our student union. What I really like about her at the first time we met is that I think she's very friendly and that she's really open to be friends with everyone that she met. And what was very interesting about us is that after graduated, we actually go to the same place of work with the same role as well. However, we differ in just a different team at that time. So I think one of the reason that makes us become a good friends is because that we share the same working burden to each other, so that we understand each other from a lot of perspective. And I think because she's also very open and very friendly, it makes me really enjoy to talk about maybe my burdens or the um, difficulties that I faced during my work. And I think Vanessa is one of a good friend of mine because she could not only listen to my problems but also provide me with
Your
serious
time is up.
solutions.
Thank you very much. So that will be the end of your speaking part two. Right. So how is it? Feeling easier? It looks more comfortable though.
Iya, ini lebih kebayang daripada yang tadi.
Iya, karena it's very close juga ya. Jadi it's
Mm-mm.
easier to explain and you know her a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, thank you. Feedback everyone, Shannon, Kak Ola, feedback buat Kak Farah. Shannon, ini Kak Ola silakan.
Very good, Kak.
Very good.
Keren.
Ada yang mau ditambahin lagi nggak Kak? Udah good semua?
Udah keren banget.
Udah good semua. Alright, thank you Kak Ola. Shannon, any feedback buat Kak Farah?
Sama sih Miss, udah keren.
Udah keren ya. Udah gak ada lagi yang mau di komen. Udah
Iya,
keren.
iya, Miss.
Alright, thank you Kak Ola and Kak Shannon. Iya, ini kelihatan sih Kak Farah, you looks more comfortable and more confident, more relaxed. You explain everything very well, very detailed, and concise juga. Apa ya, nggak ada sih kayaknya yang out of topics in terms of like coherence and fluency, you nailed it. Grammar dikit aja sih, paling kayak cuma we different team, harusnya we are on different team atau we were on different team kalau udah nggak kerja di tempat itu lagi. Terus kayak I previously, firstly itu kayak double. Jadi kayak I met her atau I first met her itu juga bisa. Itu tadi double sih. Itu aja. Terus apa lagi ya? Untuk pronunciation udah aman semua. Udah sih Kak, udah bagus sih, udah bagus banget. Ini compared to the first one, so mantap gitu. Thank you Kak Farah. Okay, next one. Kak Ola, are you ready for the next turn?
Ready, Miss.
Ready ya? Okay, so I'm going to move to the next slide, and this is your question. Oh, agak mirip sama punya Kak Farah tadi. But it's different, it's different. Okay, so Kak Ola, 1 minute preparation time begins now. Okay, Kak Ola, your time is up. Now you have 2 minutes to speak about this topic. Ready?
Ready.
Okay, so 2 minutes start from now.
I'd like to tell you about the beach that I visited last month. At the time, my family and I visited the Mutun Beach. It's a natural beach located in Bandar Lampung, my hometown, and I reached this place by driving a car. It's just 1 hour from my home, and I visited this place 1 month ago when my daughters celebrated their birthday, and we really enjoy and we really enjoy our our play in that beach. We built a sandcastle and then we swim together. And sometimes my daughters uh, told me to do some canoe, and we canoe together. And then um, I really enjoy visited this beach because um, it's really make me relax and can rejuvenate my mood after doing my work. And I believe that this this activity can strengthen my bonding with my family, especially with my daughters. And I know that my daughters is really thrilled about
Okay, your time is up. Thank you very much, Kala. Good job. How do you feel? Feeling better? Don't you
yeah.
think so? Yay! Yeah, this is I can tell you're more relaxed as well, more comfortable than before. So yeah, good job, Kala. Any feedback? Sorry, any feedback? Kak Farah and Shannon?
Setuju sih aku ini lebih apa ya, lebih tenang gitu bawaannya. Terus jadinya lebih concise juga.
Mm-mm.
Oke sih kita akuin. Better dari
Mantap.
yang pertama.
It's a yes? Is it a yes? Yes. Okay. Thank you, Kak Farah. Shannon, any feedback?
Udah lebih lancar gitu lah, Miss. Cuman tadi yang di kalimat terakhir kayak my daughters itu pakai is.
Oh, okay.
Ya,
Should be R gitu ya. Alright, thank you so much, Shannon. Iya, kalau ini rapi banget sih menurutku. Apa explanationnya ya? Much better compared to the previous section yang hari ini. And then I think you're more comfortable describing about this activity. And also I did not have a lot of feedback related to the content. Itu nggak banyak karena udah runtut, udah concise, udah well structured. Paling cuma feedbackku lebih ke grammar aja sih, dikit-dikit itu pun kayak nggak terlalu banyak. Karena Kak Ola juga you're very aware of how to use simple past tense, simple present tense. Tadi semuanya I think like more than 70% the vocab that you use are on past tense. Cuma ada sedikit aja kayak tadi harusnya we swim, should be swam. Uh, Terus sama ini nih Kak, buat teman-teman yang lain juga, ini sebenarnya grammar sih. Jadi kayak ketika kita mau bilang I enjoy atau I love, itu belakangnya harus vocab yang diikutin ing. Jadi ini nanti akan berpengaruh juga di writing teman-teman. So when we write, let's say misalnya tadi ada kalimatnya Kak Ola yang aku notice, I enjoy visited kalau nggak salah tadi. I enjoy visiting this place. Nah, tadi kakak kalau nggak salah mentionnya bilangnya tuh I enjoy visited. Nah, kalau misalnya di grammar itu tuh ada yang namanya gerund teman-teman. Gerund tuh yang belakangnya ing. Jadi I enjoy visiting gitu. Atau misalnya kalau kita mau bilang I like swim, kita bukan bilang I like swim tapi harus I like swimming. I love reading. Nah, ini semuanya harus diikutin pakai yang ing. Kalau misalnya di sininya udah kata kerja, belakangnya ini kan sebenarnya kata kerja juga kan. Tapi kata kerja yang dijadiin kata benda. Nah, ini kalau grammar ada namanya gerund, itu adalah kata kerja yang sebenarnya di situ posisinya adalah kata benda atau objek. Jadi saya suka membaca, saya suka memasak, saya suka ABCD. I hate bla bla bla. I don't like swimming, I don't like cooking misal. Itu semuanya harus diikutin pakai kata ing di belakangnya kalau dia itu objek gitu. Atau kalau misalnya dia itu benda jatuhnya. Nah, itu tadi yang aku notice di Kaola tadi ini sih bagian yang si I enjoy visited. Harusnya I enjoyed yang dipakein ed itu adalah enjoy-nya. I enjoyed visiting atau I enjoyed swimming gitu. Itu aja. Sama kayak tadi I can rejuvenate from work harusnya I could. Terus tadi di-mention juga sama Sharon, Sharon, Shannon, uh, my daughters itu harusnya were atau enggak are. Kalau misalnya past tense kan jadi were, kalau present are gitu. But overall, it was really good. Kalau idea development-nya udah bagus, pronunciation-nya juga tadi nggak ada yang salah, udah benar semua. Grammar juga dikit dikit aja sih, cuma itu aja tadi yang aku notice kayak I swam, sama yang I enjoy visiting, sama yang I could rejuvenate. Sama tadi 4 poin itu aja. Selebihnya that was really good. Thank you, Paula.
Okay, thank you, Miss.
Thank you, thank you. Oke, terakhir Shannon, ready?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, so this is the question for you. Hang on. Yeah. Okay, so you have 1 minute. Preparation time begin now. Okay, your time is up. So, Shannon, you have 2 minutes to describe about product review that you've done. Okay? That you read, sorry. So 2 minutes start from now.
So back then I have read a review about a product that I really interested in. So I read it online in an online shop called Shopee. So I like to buy things there, and it is actually a action figure. So I like watching anime, and I would love to collect some action figures about the characters. And uh, when I check it, it's actually below the photos and the price on it. And the review that people give is actually say that the product is nice with no defective, and it's actually really good. So the result is I bought it, and right now the product, the action figure is on my table. It's displayed on my table right now, and I often to clean it because I guess some products will be more dirty if you to um, too long to abandon it. So that is one of my experience that I have with the review of a product. It's actually many products that I have read the review about it because I want to buy many things and yeah. Belum 2 menit, Miss.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to stop the timer. So basically, you still have around like 5 seconds. Yeah, but well done, Shannon. How do you feel? Is it more difficult than the first
Eh,
one?
yes, Miss. Aku kira tuh awalnya tentang produknya, ternyata reviewnya.
Iya benar, tentang reviewnya.
Jadi agak bikin ulang gitu idenya.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Shannon. Any feedback, Kak Ola ataupun Kak Farah? No? Gimana feedback? Feedback?
Kayaknya eh apa ya, kalau dari yang aku dengar sih mungkin agak bingung juga. Tadi mungkin karena Shannon agak bingung kan tadi ya apa antara apa salah
Produknya.
ngertiin soalnya.
Uh-uh.
Kayaknya mungkin itu juga agak berpengaruh jadinya di akhir agak kedengeran bingung mau ngomong dan nambahin apa lagi gitu. Soalnya tadi jadinya kayak balik lagi ke depan gitu kan.
Depan. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yang aku tangkap sih kayak gitu sih.
All right. Thank you, Kak Farah. Kak Ola, any feedback?
Sama sih, Miss. Itu
Yeah.
mungkin sebelum itu pas di 1 menit pertama harus dibaca pelan-pelan apa sih mau soal ini baru dielaborate di poin balutnya gitu sih.
All
Jadi
right.
nggak melebar kemana-mana, nggak menjauh.
Thank you. Alright, thank you, Kak Ola. Iya, jadi sebenarnya bener yang tadi dibilang Kak Ola sama Kak Farah, karena tadi Sienna juga sempat mention ya, salah persepsi gitu. Jadi sebenarnya ini yang akan dijelaskan tuh bukan produknya, tapi adalah reviewnya gitu. Jadi kayak describe a review you read about a product or service, where you read that review. Tadi sebenarnya Shannon udah mention sih kayak bacanya online, and then what the product or service was, and you mentioned there is a action figure, and then what information the review gave about the product or service. Tadi sebenarnya Shannon udah mention juga, cuma kayak pas di akhir emang benar tadi yang dibilang Kak Farah agak kayak bingung mau elaborasi apa lagi, jadi kayak balik lagi ke depan gitu terus kayak ngomongin iya karena misalnya suka apa belinya di online shopping kayak gitu-gitu dan suka beli many things online kayak gitu-gitu. Nah, actually like when we have when we started speaking part 2, the first thing that we really need to understand is actually the question. Well, I mean, like for all speaking tasks, we really need to understand the questions. But just like what Kaola mentioned, in the first 1 minute, it's crucial to be able to identify and to really understand what the question is all about. So like if we can understand the questions, it would be would not say it's easier, but it will be very helpful for us to digest the information about what we're going to say. Nah sebenarnya kalau dari jawabannya Shannon tuh tadi udah kejawab sebenarnya gitu. Cuma mungkin memang di akhir-akhir kayak udah mulai hilang ideas, kayaknya udah mulai habis juga apa aja yang mau disampaikan. Mungkin ini sih kalau saran aku buat Shannon, Shannon tuh bisa banget apa elaborate lagi atau extend lagi jawabannya di bullet point yang ini. If you think that giving the last point is more difficult for you, then you can extend your answer in this point. Misalnya kayak when you read the review kan tadi udah di-mention gitu. Terus misalnya Shannon kayak bisa mulai pakai bridging dulu kayak most of the review that I read is from online platform which I usually use to shop online misalnya gitu. The review about action figure that I want to buy is and kalau mau sebutin websitenya juga itu nggak apa-apa. Kayak atau platformnya apa, websitenya apa, itu juga boleh gitu. And then what information the review gave about the product tadi udah di-mention juga. So it says the product is nice, blah 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 blah. Itu kalau bisa di-mention as little as you can, if that is possible. Karena poin ini bisa banget buat dipanjangin lagi gitu jawabannya. Karena kalau yang terakhir tadi tuh aku nangkepnya adalah ketika Shannon udah bilang I ended up both the action figure, terus kayak jadi bingung gitu mau jelasin apa lagi. Tadi yang aku tangkap gitu sih. Nah, jadi again, when we got the questions, kita coba pahami dulu questionsnya apa yang ingin dibicarakan di questions ini, dan kita juga bisa pilih-pilih kira-kira poin mana yang bisa kita extend tuh lebih banyak gitu. Kalau misalnya ditanyanya why, itu kan biasanya paling mudah buat di-develop ya. Sedangkan kalau di sini dia tuh nggak ada pertanyaan why. Kalau misalnya teman-teman bisa lihat di pertanyaan ini dia nggak ada why. Tapi dia adanya kayak explain why you did as a result. Nah, tadi makanya ketika Shannon bilang I ended up both the action figure, sebenarnya kan itu udah ngejawab banget gitu. Nah, yang bisa dielaborasi di poin ini adalah mungkin Shannon bisa elaborasi di poin ini lebih banyak, misalnya kayak information yang dikasih di review tersebut adalah produknya itu bagus, terus misalnya ratingnya tinggi, kebanyakan orang itu suka karena let's say misalnya ukurannya kah, warnanya kah, atau bahannya, misalnya bahannya lebih bagus dari action figure yang lain gitu. Terus juga itu worth the price, affordable, whatever, you can mention and you can extend more in this point gitu. Terus ketika poin yang terakhir, what you did, okay, after I read a lot of good reviews about the action figure, then I decided to buy the action figure. Yeah, I decided to buy the action figure. When the package the package was arrived, misalnya, I love to put my action figure in my, let's say, apa ya biasanya, in my desk, for example, but I have to keep it very clean because it's not easy to keep the action figure. Tadi kalau nggak salah tuh Shannon sempat mention tentang action figure that cannot be abandoned. Kalau enggak itu kotor. Kalau nggak salah tadi ada bagian-bagian seperti itu. So I think you can elaborate in that sense. I mean like in that point. Bisa jelasin misalnya kayak iya akhirnya beli, terus ketika beli saya taruh di meja belajar misalnya atau di mana. Terus along with other action figures misalnya kayak bisa dijelasin, misalnya bisa di-mention kalau itu ditaruh di meja belajar misalnya bersama dengan action figure lain yang udah saya punya gitu. Itu poin yang bisa di-elaborate banyak, itu justru poin yang ini kalau untuk pertanyaan ini gitu. Alright,
Thank you, Miss.
Shannon, you're very welcome. So, tapi relaxnya, nervousnya udah nggak terlalu kedengeran sih kalau di poin yang ini. Kalau yang tadi di pertama masih kerasa banget nervousnya, but for this one, I think you also more comfortable and more relaxed. Cuma tadi aja ada beberapa poin yang udah kehabisan untuk dibahas. Alright, ladies, any questions so far? Sekarang jam 21.48. We still have some time. Then we can continue practice juga nanti. Kita masih bisa practice lagi. Any question? Nggak ada? Nggak ada ya? Oke. Lanjut lagi ya kalau misalnya nggak ada. Lanjut terus sampai habis. Eh, masih bisa ini. Oke, kita masih ada 10 menitan lagi. Bisa lah. Oke, tadi Shannon udah duluan, Kak Farah udah duluan, berarti sekarang Kak Ola duluan. Oke, Kak Ola ready? Biar adil. Okay. Okay, so Kak Ola, this is your question. Sebentar. Timernya. Okay. This is the question. Okay. Okay, Kak Ola. So you have 1 minute preparation time and 1 minute start from now. All right, Kaola, your time is up. Now you have 2 minutes to speak about this topic. So 2 minutes start from now.
I'd like to tell you about the sophisticated item that I want to buy in my in the futures. It wa- it it is an iPhone 15. I really want to buy it because it has sophisticated features, and it can make me more confident to if I want to give some explanations to the to the to my customer. And uh the this the the noticeable the noticeable item that I want to use is its camera, because it can capture any detail of the video and also the photo, and it can these features. I believe that this feature can enhance my performance at my work, and also because it can make my work easier. And um, if I have and of course, if I have much money, I will buy this item, and I can recommend it. And after I use this item, and I can give my review about this item and recommended it to my friends. And
Okay, your time is up. Thank you very much. How was it?
yeah.
Lebih challenging ya, Kak, topiknya?
Yes, Kak.
Yeah. So I'm just going to give like a quick feedback biar nanti teman-teman yang lain juga dapat karena waktunya udah mau habis. So Kak Ola, yang ini sebenarnya kalau in terms of idea, main idenya ada gitu. And then like the item that you would like to own itu jelas kayak okay, so I want to have an iPhone, and actually like you can elaborate more in what this item looks like. Itu bisa dijelasin lagi kayak misalnya okay, so I want to buy like an iPhone, let's say Pro Max, which has ya bisa jelasin misalnya kayak the color tuh apa yang kakak mau, itu bisa juga buat dimension. Terus tadi kakak jelasin juga why you would like to own this item. So tadi kalau nggak salah, so you can speak to your apa, you have more confidence kalau nggak salah, or comfortable to speak with your customer, and then at the end spend whether you think. Nah ini sebenarnya kakak tadi udah di-mention, if I have a lot of money, I will buy that product, that phone. And sebenarnya yang agak bingung tuh justru di bagian akhir sih Kak, ketika kakak jelasin tentang, kayak mungkin kakak juga ngerasa ya di bagian terakhir yang when you mentioned that after that I can recommend, terus habis itu berhenti, terus habis itu kayak diulang lagi, if I buy it and I can use that, and I can review the product, and I can recommend it to my friends atau apa tadi, aku lupa di kalimat terakhir. Tapi kalau nggak salah tadi ada kalimat yang itu, menurutku itu agak-agak apa ya, bisa dibilang repetitif dan agak sedikit membingungkan sebenarnya gitu. Jadi kayak di awal kakak kayak mau bilang I can recommend, terus habis itu berhenti, terus habis itu balik kayak I will if I can buy the phone I can use that, and then I review the phone, and then I can recommend it gitu. Jadi kayak kalau menurutku kalau udah sampai yang kayak tadi I can recommend, sebenarnya kakak bisa lanjutin aja sih kalimatnya. Jadi kalimatnya dibikinnya dibalik. Jadi I can recommend the product to my friends, for example, after I use that, misalnya gitu. Jadi rather than you change like the whole sentences, you can try to switch the position of the sentence that you want to say. gitu. Sama tadi di awal ada beberapa yang diulang, like the word sophisticated. Terus yang kedua sophisticated features. Sebenarnya kalau untuk features itu kakak bisa juga pakai kata advanced. Advanced features gitu. Itu kan sebenarnya artinya 11-12 ya, advanced sama sophisticated. Kalau sophisticated itu tadi udah dipakai di awal, jadi di bagian kedua ketika ngomongin features, you can use like advanced advanced features misalnya gitu. Jadi biar nggak repetitif aja, karena tadi itu kalimatnya deketan, jadi ketara banget gitu Kak, repetitifnya gitu sih. But overall you get the idea, tinggal itu aja tadi cara penyampaiannya aja gitu. Thank you Kak Ola. Habis Kak Ola berarti Shannon. Okay, Shannon, ready?
Yes, please.
Okay. Right, so I'm going to set the timer for 1 minute, Shannon, so this is your question. Okay, your time is up. Now you have 2 minutes to speak about this topic. Yes, so 2 minutes start from now.
There is a software program that I decided to stop using. It is a game actually, and it's called Zelda. There is one more game that I also decided to stop. It is Mario Bros. So I played it when it is in the pandemic, when the COVID, when actually the beginning of the pandemic, and the reason why I play it because my father bought it for me. He also a fan of game, so he put the game on my laptop so I can play it too. Sometimes we often play together, and because the storage of the game is really big, so I guess I have to delete it because my laptop starts to freezing and lagging. So that is the last option that I have to do. And I feel so sad when I have to uninstall it because I have played for like almost 2 years, and all the achievement that I've got on the game, I need to like willing it because of my laptop's of storage. And when I decided to stop, my father said that it's okay, it's fine because I found another game that is actually similar with that game. So it's like an open world game, and I
Okay, your
found
time
it
is up.
that,
Thank you, Shannon. You did a very good job. Okay, so yeah, maybe I'm just going to give a quick feedback for Shannon. Well, first thing first, you did much better for this part. I think because you are familiar with the topic and you really know what you're going to talk about. It's about the game that you love. So the first thing that I would like to mention is that I noticed that you used a variety of vocabularies, which is really nice. you use like deleted, you use the word deleted, and then stop using it, and then uninstalled, which is really good variety of words. And my feedback is still the same, Shannon, because I think like at the end, like you still lots of words, I think, and then like yeah, you just added several information, like yeah, when I uninstalled the game, then my dad say it was fine, and blah blah blah. So I think maybe you can elaborate more in these 3 points. Kayak tadi misalnya bagian why you started using this technology ini bisa banget di explore more. Like yeah, because your father, I mean like yeah, your father loved it, but then like what about you? Do you love it as well? Itu juga bisa di-mention kenapa akhirnya memutuskan untuk pilih game ini. Itu kan perlu di-mention juga gitu ya. I mean like you can mention that. Jadi itu bisa jadi kayak apa namanya, ada additional sentences yang Shannon tambahkan. Jadi biar coba pas 2 menit gitu. Jadi Shannon kayak masih bisa elaborasi di poin-poin yang ini sih gitu. Itu aja. But overall you did a very good job.
Thank you,
Thank
Miss.
you, thank you Shannon. Oke, terakhir Kak Farah. Udah lewat 2 tapi nggak apa ya. Semoga teman-teman nggak apa-apa ya lewat 5 menit nanti selesainya. Okay, so this is the question. Describe a train journey you have taken. So 1 minute. Sorry. So 1 minute preparation time begins now. Okay, your time is up. Now you have 2 minutes to speak about this topic. So 2 minutes start from now.
When it comes to train journey, traveling with train, I think one of the most favorite route that I'd like to take is from either Bandung to Surabaya or Jakarta to Surabaya. My recent travel with this type of route was actually last November. I took a train with both my mom and dad to actually celebrate my dad's birthday there. So why we actually do this kind of trip to celebrate it there in Surabaya? Because at that time, my father really wanted to celebrate his birthday with my brother, but sadly, he couldn't find any day off or any holiday to go back to Bandung. So in return, we are the one who traveled there in order to celebrate it as a whole family. What I really like about this kind of train is that I think I prefer myself to take a night train compared to any daylight train because uh, not only could help me recharge during a trip so that I can feel very fresh when I arrive at my destination, but also I think having a daylight train really exposed me to a lot of sunlight, which is not really comfortable for me. However, there's also a downside of taking a night train is that because train could really tend to be very cold at nighttime. So most of the time I have to prepare myself with a lot of jackets or maybe a shawl if it's really needed. But overall, I think if I could choose to take a train, it will always gonna be the night train.
Okay, pas. Time is
Oh,
up.
betul. Oke.
Pas banget. Alright, thank you very much, Kak Farah. You did a very good job. Oh, well, that was wonderful. That was excellent, actually. I did not have any notes of your performance that I mean like yeah this performance it was very well explained. All the idea was there and you covered every bullet point, and then I really like the way you explained the last point though, like when you explain about what you like and you dislike about the train, you compare like both day train and also like night train, which is well explained. So well done. I don't have any feedback. It was really good. Thank you. Okay, ladies, what time is it now? Okay, so 10 past 6. Well, it was really nice to have this practice with you and also discussion. Well, I'll see you again tomorrow at 8, and we're going to have discussion about speaking part 3, and it will be a little bit more complex for speaking part 3, so I believe that we all can nail it. Okay, so thank you very much, ladies, for attending this class. Pleasure to meet you today. Hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow, and have a good night, everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you, Kak.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Have a good
Kak.
night. Thank you. Yeah, have a good night. Bye.